There's a reason why you can't focus. It's not your phone, it's not dopamine. It's your mindset. We've all been sold the idea that focus is a technique, a switch you can flip with the right tool, the right routine, or the right morning ritual. But the truth is brutal and liberating. Focus is not a method. It's an identity. You don't practice focus. You become someone who focuses. That shift, from doing focus to being focused, changes everything. This isn't about hacks, systems, or apps. It's about rewriting the silent rules your mind lives by. Because if your operating system believes distraction is normal, no technique will hold. And if your identity is split, if you crave discipline while calling yourself someone who is easily distracted, your attention will always slip through the cracks. We don't need better tactics. We need to delete the internal permission to be scattered. We like to believe we're in control of our attention. But most of our focus patterns were designed by architecture, not by intention. Your space trains your brain. If your desk is cluttered, your thoughts will be too. If your phone is visible, your mind will orbit it, even when it's silent. But it goes deeper than objects. Your environment whispers what's normal. It tells you when to start, when to pause, when to scroll. And if your external world rewards switching, you will struggle to sustain. You don't rise above your surroundings. You reflect them. So focus is not about force. It's about alignment. If the room you're in promotes interruption, then trying to concentrate is like meditating in a nightclub. And here's where things turn brutal. Friedrich Nietzsche, the philosopher who treated discipline not as a virtue but as survival, once wrote, "He who cannot obey himself will be commanded." Not metaphorically, literally. In a world where your phone, your feed, and your workspace all speak louder than your own thoughts, someone else will direct your attention. And when that happens enough times, you stop remembering how to claim it back. So the first step isn't building a habit. It's building an environment that makes clarity feel natural and distraction feel out of place. Focus is not a weakness. It's not fragile. It's not gone. It's just outnumbered. Your brain is always focusing. The only question is, on what? We assume that being distracted means something's wrong with us. But most of the time, it means something around us is just louder. True focus is not the absence of distraction. It's the outcome of competing signals. The human brain is a prioritization machine. It's constantly asking, what matters most right now? Not in your goals, not in your values, but in your environment. That's why you can't try harder to focus. Because focus is not a pushing force. It's a pulling force. What pulls you is shaped by thousands of invisible inputs: light and posture, movement, temperature, and hydration. Even silence, if it feels uncertain, can trigger resistance. You're not losing focus. You're surrounded by signals that are louder, closer, and faster than what you want to care about. That's not a flaw. That's calibration. The brain is tuned to survive, not to thrive. And survival doesn't care if you finish your task. It cares if you respond fast to whatever seems urgent. If your focus keeps getting hijacked, maybe it's not because it's weak. Maybe it's because your attention is doing exactly what it was designed to do. Focus isn't something you force. It's something you allow. Most people try to fix their attention with effort. But you can't override biology with willpower. You can't focus if you're dehydrated, or if you're overstimulated, or if your body is trying to digest a huge lunch. These sound like small things, but they're not. Your brain isn't a thinking organ first. It's a regulation system. It listens to your body before it listens to your goals. If your system is overloaded, too much noise, too little movement, not enough sleep, no rhythm, no silence, your brain pulls the plug on deep attention. Not because it's broken, but because it doesn't feel safe. We crave focus, but we feed ourselves conditions designed to break it. A calm mind isn't a mindset. It's a signal, a green light for your brain to stay. James Allen once said, "The more tranquil a man becomes, the greater is his success, his influence, his power for good." Tranquility isn't passive. It's not softness. It's a container, a boundary, a clear message to your nervous system. Nothing's chasing you. You're allowed to stay. So focus is what happens when the body agrees to remain. It's strange how often we try to work from a state of depletion. No preparation, no signal, just a screen, a deadline, and a brain that's trying to protect its bandwidth. Mental performance isn't about trying harder. It's about not starting empty. Before clarity comes online, the system checks the basics: energy, stability, relevance. And if any of those are off, you won't get silence. You'll get static. That's why you should check your inputs before you blame your mind. Make sure you're not running low on the basics: B vitamins, magnesium, key minerals. If those are missing, attention isn't just harder. It's biologically blocked. Movement also helps, but not to burn calories. To stimulate pattern recognition, to wake up the orientation centers of the brain that say, something is about to begin. A smooth start doesn't come from motivation. It comes from a body that's been given enough reasons to cooperate. If you want deep work, don't push toward it. Remove what makes it unreasonable. Clarity isn't summoned. It's allowed. If the mind resists staying, it's usually because something inside still feels unresolved. We chase clarity like it's a peak. But what if it's a resting state? What if the thing we're looking for isn't locked behind more effort, but behind less noise? We talk about focus like it's tension, something we grip, something we earn. But in the best moments, it doesn't feel that way. Real depth feels quiet. It's not a buzz. It's not a high. It's the absence of internal conflict. The absence of escape impulses. The moment your attention stops negotiating with itself. I don't believe clarity is a gift. I think it's a natural return to the state we'd be in if the world stopped asking for us for 5 minutes. When you train that state, protect it, and learn to return to it, you stop chasing the conditions for doing your work and start becoming someone who does. Thanks for staying with us this far. If this video gave you something useful, feel free to like it. If you want more like this, subscribe. And if someone came to mind while watching, send it their way. Clarity is earned. Depth is trained.